tomorrow will be better. Explain some common applications of pressure in solids in daily life. Follow me, dear friends. Solution. Before everything else, let us remind ourselves of this famous formula, P equals F from A, which is the foundation of pressure in solids. Now, with this formula, we can manipulate these two quantities depending on the outcome of pressure which we want to obtain. Now, let's be practical. There are some real life situations where we are aiming at optimizing the pressure, which means we would like to have as high pressure as possible. This is usually the case when we have limited forces. So what do? All we need to do is to reduce as less as possible the surface area of contact between this force and a certain surface. For example, in the kitchen, why do we file or why do we sharpen our knives? This is to reduce, or sharpening reduces the surface area of contact between the knife and the piece of meat we are about to cut. And as such, with very little force, we can cut a large portion of meat. Now, this translates in physics language that with very little force, we will obtain a high pressure. Now, let me take you to a technician who is nailing something on the wall. The reason why nails have sharp pointed edges is the sharp pointed edges has a very small or presents a small surface area of contact between the nail and the piece of wood, and as such, with very limited force, we can still obtain great pressure, which is the fact that the nail gets into the piece of wood easily. Now, there are other real life situations where we rather want to minimize the pressure. We want the pressure as low as possible. This is usually the case when we are dealing with very huge forces. Let me take a simple example with heavy duty trucks. These are trucks which transport huge loads, so they exert a very high force on the ground. Now, to reduce the damage on the road, engineers have equipped heavy duty trucks with many tires. Now, what is the implication of these many tires? It increases the surface area of contact between this huge load here and the floor, thereby reducing the pressure which it exerts on the floor, and also thereby reducing the damage which it is going to cause on the floor. Follow me for so many more tips like this. Tomorrow will be better.